Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Four Harms. My name's Captain Richie and we're here once again on the VintageCraft server. Hope everybody is doing well today. It's been a long time. For those of you who haven't been subscribed to the channel, you can do if you like. It'd be lovely, thank you. We've been in the resource world for the last month because there's been a hardcore event on. So I took it upon myself to try and do One Life challenges again. So if you go into the description below and go on the One Life playlist, you can see what I've been up to for the last month. But now we're back here. We're back at the castle and we need to do some stuff. 117 is looming, so we need to try and get it finished before, I guess, some point in the summer. I mean, we're in British summertime started already, so it's going to be soon, I guess. Maybe. Who knows? So we started off in here. And I'm trying to get a different colour palette than in that little bit down there. The actual sorting system's the kind of turquoisey and black. Out here is going to be magentary, purpley, mauvey, crimsony. Crimson, oh yeah, that's the wood called. And I might mix in some quartz as well. Just trying to smarten it up a little bit. So like this behind here, this will probably be hidden. Maybe moves over a little bit. So it's like a little side room. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the walls in here. But yeah, that'll be something I can finish off in a bit. It is night time, which is why I put a bed here. The only bed I've got at the moment is upstairs in the castle, right on the king's floor. And it's a bit of a pain in the backside to go to every time. So maybe make a little tiny room here. Actually, no, we won't need to do that eventually because, you know, literally every room, every building in this castle is going to have beds. So this is obviously the knight's bit. There's going to be beds in there. This is the maiden's bit, so this will have beds as well. And of course, most floors will have... you can hear something stung. Oh, we missed it. You know, we've got like a servant's floor and there's a guest floor. So there'll be beds everywhere. I maybe have to put something in the gatehouse side, but maybe. There is a lot of work to be done. So I thought I'd work outside. Doing the Mushroom Island on the hardcore world reminded me how much fun terraforming was. You can get some joy out of terraforming. So I've done a little bit here. Because I mentioned before about having a pathway from down here, maybe a dock or something, up to the castle. So I started carving out a little bit. There's going to be like a dock in this little section here. So I need to farm a bit more wood, I think, for that. Yeah, so it's dug down quite far, so it'll be down this levels here somewhere that we come up from. Hello. Yeah, and it will wind its way up. All around the side. Up this bit, we need to fill in a bit more of a, what's that done there? Fish. Extend the cliffside up on here, so it looks natural. Bit of filling in, bit of maybe bits of coal or something. Not entirely sure as yet. And then that will wind round all the way to the top, back on itself. So there'll be bits where it's precarious, so we might have to put in like a fence or some iron bars or something. This would be a nice little view of the lookout, maybe. We'll build it up, fill it in, and then try and make it look cliffy-like. We could always put something in here. I've gone too far down. Maybe something in this bit here, where it's going to be quite high up. Like if you come up this bit here, that will loop around. So there could be like a little entrance here, maybe. Not sure. Not too sure for a minute. But yeah, then it'll loop round up this way and up to the top. So yeah, a bit of terraforming to do, but I just want to lay out the track, so to speak, before filling it all in. It's a bit of a grindy task, but it's going to take me a while, but I'll sort it out. And there's also, outside Neuschwanstein Castle, there is a pathway that goes up here. So I might have to destroy this tree. This tree's been here since the beginning. And it goes towards sort of like the back of the guards, you know, knight's building bit here. Not entirely sure what, I guess. There might have been horses and carts here. So like if we had deliveries from like a ship down the bottom, they'd bring up to this side. For like the servants and stuff. And then, because there is a doorway that goes into the servants bit through there. So it actually might be fair around the corner here. And also, yeah, and then the guests will come sort of this... Oh, I thought I flowed there. The guests will come up this way, around the side. And this is a little bit of an overhang here. Again, we'll have to make it safe-ish. And then light it up because, as you can see, the horses are going crazy. Why do they do that? Can't you just sit still for a little bit? No? We do need to sort out in here as well. This was the first building we built, I think. I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was a gatehouse. We had to fill it full of like hay bales and like barrels for leads and stuff, and make it look a bit more farmy. And then, of course, we need to set out the floor and go from there. In short, a lot of work to do, so I'm going to stop prattling on, and we're going to get to filling in this pathway. And it should look good from a distance when it's done. I am loving the way that this turned out. Yeah, so we still need to put a dock on this side. Not entirely sure how I'm going to design that as yet. Put a few other bits in, like that over there is going to be a lighthouse, which we'll come back to a bit later. But let's take a stroll, shall we? So I was thinking about putting like a little crane, either this side or this side. The floor here needs to be fixed out because it's got to be sort of below the floor level here, is how I wanted the paths. So a bit more work to be done here. I could always put like a pathway up to something over here maybe. Not sure. I was toying around with the idea of the lighthouse being here, but I think it makes sense for it to be there because the idea of a lighthouse is to stop you hitting land, and you'll probably hit that small island. Maybe that one as well. Don't know. But yeah, I've got these lanterns hanging down. I try to alternate them so every bend it's on the other side. It lights up a little bit, but not too much. There's still mobs everywhere, but we'll come to that a little bit later. I need to I don't want to put down torches because it looks horrible. Maybe just leave it, dangerous. Not too sure as yet. We'll come to that a bit later. Yes, I've got some vines here coming up this little cave entrance. It probably needs to be trimmed a little bit. It's a bit too much. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. At the moment, this cave goes through to nothing, but I might put like a little fishing like a little balcony thing here just to fish from because it's quite a nice view of the ocean there. I don't know if we could do an AFK fishing farm. I think you got to be in the water for that to happen, right? Not sure. I also might dig the cave down a little bit more in the corner here. But again, we can work on that later. That needs to have a function really. So I'll have a look in the castle and see if that leads to like a secret way in. Maybe. We could go to the stronghold is round here somewhere. Maybe it's the way to the stronghold. Or way out of the stronghold. Don't know. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got this little bend up the top here, and again, a bit more vines, a bit more of an overhang. Some good views from up here. More vinage, as I just said. Another bend up here. Again, we'll probably need to put some like fence posts or something here to stop people falling off. I mean, you know, you do so at your own risk, but still. If this was a tourist attraction, then you wouldn't have like just a cliff edge like that. So, plus a bit of wood might be nice colour variation to, you know, make it sort of fit in a bit more. And up here, I've put in loads and loads of trees. Again, just to fill out the area. And what I have done, not all of it, half of it I think so far, we double layered on the snow as well for a lot of it. We want to make it spawn proof, and snow is the best way. We can't do that further down because you can see where the snow stops falling. It's like here. Below this there's like no snow. But yeah, the double snow helps things stop spawning, so that's always good. We just need to do that as much as we can in the snowy bit. But I thought the trees would look good just to cover up that area. A little bit of a pathway up here. I don't think that's on the time lapse. Haven't edited the time lapse yet. But yeah, I'm thinking this is a nice way into the Knights area, so maybe put in a door there. I think I discussed that before. Not too sure. But yeah, you can't actually run up with its two snow blocks. Two snow layers. It's all good. Yeah, so that loops around to the side here. I've actually put like a little emblem on the top of the castle gate here. It's meant to be a CR for Captain Richie. Does it work? I'm not too sure if it does. We'll leave it there for the time being because I can't be able to take it out. But yeah, we need to work on that lighthouse. Well, I want to work on that lighthouse next, and I'm thinking about a block pallet. So a few changes in here. Cleaned it up, put in some more sea lanterns, mixed in the quartz, and I think it looks better than the planks did. We moved our snow machine to this little corner here, and we could put something here, but I'm not too sure what yet. It's just a bed for when I was working on the walkway downstairs. But over here we have Club Fan's concrete machine thing. This is the input, which is all gone into there. Which we can put here. If you don't know how it works and go to see this video, I'll try and put the link in the description if I remember. But just Cub Fan concrete machine comes up. What I've added to it is this locks a hopper underneath this chest here. So you know you can get the stuff straight away. But if I was sitting here for sort of like the long haul doing all the colours, there's actually a hopper line that goes all the way into this chest. So this will be, when I've started making some, the concrete one, and I'll have the powder in there. So yeah, colours. We've been talking about, am I? That's gone. I've been talking about doing sort of different colours for the castle for a long time now. And that involves like just dirtying up the diorite a little bit. So white concrete is one that works quite well with it, I think. Maybe quartz. It's hard to see what's white concrete and what isn't. But their grey concrete powder is also one that mixes in quite well. So I'm going to do the lighthouse. We're going to do it in just diorite for now, and then we're going to try and dirty it up, and we'll see if that colour palette works for the castle. And that's going to be a long procedure if I get around to it. Oh look, goodbye pieces of concrete. That's fine. So I'm going to do this concrete, and then we'll get to work on that lighthouse. So I'm running out of food. Luckily, I remembered how to make an AFK fish farm. It got nerfed to 116, in the sense that you don't get treasure anymore. For treasure, you got to be like sort of in an ocean, right? So, you know, you can't hide inside like I'm doing now, and just, you know, put something on your mouse and walk away for a little bit and get all the good books and the bows and the fishing rods and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's an easy way of getting fish, and you know that I can live with, because I can get all the stuff in here. That's the sort of stuff we're getting, so a bit of junk, but that's fine. And like the other side, we've got a send to sort, so that's going to go onto this side of the sort system. So we'll get fish in there and some junky bits. The flesh will go to the dump chest at the end, but that's fine. I don't really need it. I can stay in there forever. Anyway, let's crack on with the lighthouse. So I built it, and I built two things for it actually. So this outside is a copy of what's in there, but I'm going to show you how it works. So essentially, we've got a circle of observers, and they all face into each other. So it's like a little clock, right? and they get observed themselves and send a signal around. So what happens is it sort of rotates around, as you can see there, and gives that lighthouse look. It's not working at the moment, and that's because I put in a piston which takes out one of these to stop it. And what happens is we've got a daylight sensor on top. It's on night mode, so as soon as it gets dark enough, it pushes the piston back in and sets it off round and round again. But here's our lighthouse. It's a bit rubbish. It's just, you know, a couple of repeating circles really. But it'll do for now. Like I said, got the light in the top, got the daylight sensor there. I need to cover it in slabs because I don't want to have a torch on the top here, and I don't want things spawning on top. Interesting that it's snowing on this level here. I guess it's sort of parallel with that. Again, I'll put slabs down, it won't be an issue. But we've got this little spinny helix, staircase, whatever you want to call it. It's not a spiral. Spirals go bigger and smaller. I mean, there's not really much space to put floors in up here. It's because it's quite small. But, you know, it'll do. It'll do. So I brought with me a selection of smooth quartz, white concrete, light grey concrete powder, and white concrete powder. And all I'm going to do essentially is knock out random blocks. Right? We'll work our way up the spiral, not the spiral, the helix. And we'll do it with each block type. You know, it's meant to be random little bits, and we'll put two together now and again like that. We should have probably started down here like that, and all the diorite's going to get lost, but that's absolutely fine. And yeah, that's the process really of dirtying something up, just replacing blocks like that. So yeah, we're going to work our way up the staircase, and with each block type, but we'll do the bottom down here just to see what it looks like, right? So I've got some white concrete, like that. And we'll put a bit maybe there, and maybe one there. And try to stop repeating patterns, but again, it's got to be random. So, and then we've got the grey powder. So this is going to be an interesting one. Make sure it's not in somewhere it's going to fall down from. Like there, and you look good. Maybe there, and up there. And I've got the same with the white concrete powder. And bye bye. Yeah, it's just a case of, it's a slow process, but you know, it's gonna. I think it's gonna work. So we'll gradually get this kind of weird textured pattern like this. But yeah, it breaks it up, and if we see it from the outside, it might look a little bit better. Or it's just a patch for now. Imagine the whole sort of thing is going to get done in that sort of similar vein, so it's a bit dirtier. But I guess I need to go through in a larger area to really sort of see the effect. I'm not too sure about this one actually, the white concrete. It might need a bit more. It's still very diorite heavy, but I'm going to try and fill that in. Yeah, and see how it looks when the whole building's done. Because, you know, we were going to do it for the castle, but it's a lot of work to get it. Let's call this. It's a lot of work to get it looking like super dirty and super variant, which is why I was tempted just to leave it as diorite. But yeah, we'll check out the palette. I'll fill it all in, and we'll be back when I've done that. I'm not convinced. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? I put kind of matching this carpets on some of the blocks so it blends in just to make it spawn proof. And obviously there's some that like the powders can't overhang, otherwise they fall down. I guess we could put something else underneath it. But what do you reckon? What do you reckon of the texture? Is that something that we want to use over there for the whole castle? Again, I'm not convinced. Let me know in the comments what you think. But it's nice to dirty it up a little bit and see what could be. But yeah, we got in some of these oak fences just to make it look a bit more like a pier-like. I need to put in long bits, more tiers for the boats, but I'm not too sure how wide they are. Of course, we need to fill in down here as well because this is like a mob trap. But that's all good. Don't know whether to fill it in at all, just barricade it. We'll decide. We'll decide another time. We are running out of time, unfortunately, so let's just pop in this. It's double stone on top, just like over there. So, what do we reckon? I reckon so. Bonk. We're going to put in a beacon down the bottom. So, head off the end to get myself a Nether Star for another beacon. It's quite easy to get because we've got this nice little area underneath the dragon portal to place down the bits like that, and the river gets spawned stuck underneath it. And all we do is sit back and stand back a little bit so we don't get exploded. And then the island golems do all the work for us. They just beat him up as he suffocates. And yeah, we've got to just stand back. I was going to hit him just to try and get ahead or something. But no, my luck, I'd hit golem. But yeah, easy Nether Star, so easy beacon. How much space do we need? I think I need a fair bit of space. How far down do we need to come? Do we want the beacon on display? Just make our way out quickly. And tear up our whole thing now. So we're going to put glass on top, and do we want that there so you can see it? Just at the base? You know, like we have in the castle. Let's just do a little bit of that for now. It's going to make it look black, and we'll have it fire at the top. I don't know that's going to suit. We might have to go one block lower. It's always scary breaking a beacon because I'm thinking, you know, does it break? Not too sure. I've got all the iron on me, so I'm just going to quickly fill that in and we'll get this activated. But that is going to be it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.